Are you thinking about buying or selling a home in Florida? Whether you're considering your first home, relocating, downsizing, upsizing, moving out, moving on, or planning to acquire an income-producing property as an investment, Team ROC of Residential Movement Group is your real ownership connection. They are Florida Realtors Joanne Bipot, David Ham, and Ellen Marie Jean-Baptiste. For rock-solid professionalism and expertise in all aspects of real estate transactions, lean on Team ROC to help you accomplish all of your real estate goals. Contact Team ROC at 904-385-9169, offering you service in English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Haitian Creole at 904-385-9169. Also listen to Team ROC here on the ROC Real Estate Radio Show every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is your Real Ownership Connection. We refer to ourselves around here as Team ROC, and we are happy to have you. It's our first show on this particular radio station, and allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is David Ham. I'm one of your co-hosts. Next.
My name is Ella Marie Jean-Baptiste. I am one of the co-hosts. And we also have Mr. Canard Thomas with us, who is the managing broker and owner for real estate, residential movement real estate group. I'm sorry.
That's who we are.
Canard Thomas.
Yeah. And we also have Miss Joanne Bipat is also our manager as well for the same company. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves and say a little bit about themselves so we can go from there.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Canard Thomas. I'm the broker for Residential Movement Real Estate Group. And I guess I started out in real estate not really realizing what my passion was going to be. And I quickly found that as when I was starting out, the market was different, and there was a lot of people that was in bad shape in the real estate market a few years back, if you can remember that. And so I developed skills that helped people get out of bad situations. And I can honestly say that some of my most rewarding transactions and interactions were ones that I made little to probably no money, but it was just such a heartwarming feeling to help somebody out of a bad situation. And you can't imagine what it feels like when you're sitting down in front of someone and they're practically in tears just to be able to get out from under something. So with that, I just kept going and kept going and kept going, got my broker's license, and then kept going. Opportunities presented themselves. I kept going. And then I'm here with a new opportunity with Residential Movement Real Estate Group. And with this organization, I'm really focusing back on the basics for me. I see a brokerage is having two customers. And one customer is the agent, and then the other end customer, I like to call them, is the buyer or the seller. And I believe that if I can focus on the agents and get them skilled and tooled up, they're going to provide such an enormous and valuable service to the end customers that we're going to create a repeat business. So that's my goal in this. I'm just truly focused on working with the agents to get them to be the most that they can be in the top of their craft.
Awesome.
Joanne,
That is
can
such,
you share with us your role?
Absolutely. So my name is Joanne Bipot. I am the marketing director at Residential Movement Real Estate Group and also one of the co-hosts of this show. And I want to share with you why we are investing in this show and why you need to listen to us every week. Real estate is such an important piece of the financial foundation of any family. It can help you develop your wealth. It can help you leave a legacy for your children and your grandchildren or those that you love. It is so very important to have it integrated into your life. And honestly, I am here because I am tired of seeing people make other people rich by paying their mortgages and not having their own homes.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of people who feel that they don't have any hope to ever own a home because they believe that they don't make enough money or they don't have enough money saved or their credit isn't good. I want us to be the hope team. I want us to be the team that if you're willing to get on the road with us, we are going to get you there. This is a team of very powerful agents and brokers who know what it takes to get you to the closing table. And that's what I want you to see. It's like dream big. Don't dream small, dream big. If you own a home, let us teach you how to use it wisely, use that equity, use the benefits to upgrade or to learn how to invest in your first flip or your first rental. If you've never had a home and you're paying all of these crazy rents that are out there right now, it's time to convert that into a home that can work for you. So my passion is to make real estate such an important part of your financial foundation that it sets you up for your success and your financial success for your family for generations to come. I want us to be that change agent, and we need your help. We need your help to make sure that we can help you and help anyone else that's out there to get into the real estate market in a way that we can help and protect them. So throughout this show, we're going to teach you different things. We're going to bring lenders on so you can understand the lending process. We've got credit repair specialists who are going to come on to explain credit and what it means and how you can do it and what you can do to make your score better. We're going to bring property managers on, or not property managers, inspectors on. We're going to bring title companies on. All of these are so that you can understand it's not rocket science, but you do need a team. You need a team on your side, and we as realtors are joined to each other. We are joined with you to get you to success and to help you achieve all of your goals and objectives. So I am excited to be on this show, and I can't wait to help each and every one of you out there with your dreams and your goals.
All right. So this is David Ham once again, and I, as a member of Team ROC, share these very same goals of helping you achieve all of your real estate goals and objectives. I want to talk for a moment about my background for a moment. Like our broker, Canard Thomas, I had the opportunity to help families, help individuals achieve their goals. I got my start for the first time in real estate when I was 22 years ago when I was 22 years old. So now you know my age. But
the math doesn't work.
It was a very good experience for me as a young person. But what spoke to me more than anything else was just the power of real estate and how important it is, like Ms. Joanne Beapot said, for building wealth and so forth. But I looked at it from the perspective of the legal rights that were involved in ownership. We are the real ownership connection, and we have that understanding of ownership and its power, that bundle of rights, the right to dispose of, to use, to possess, to exclude others from the property. Understanding that core information is transformative to your understanding of the economy, your understanding of how things work in American society, because the right to private property is something that sets us apart from a lot of other places. So to give you some more background on me, I've traveled quite a bit. I've visited many countries in the world, one of which was Russia. I'm pleased to say I had the opportunity to study in Russia, study their legal system, and concepts of ownership and concepts of real estate are very different in those places. Another place that I've been that's very different is Angola, which has its socialist background and so forth. They too are changing and going through a different understanding of the perspective of their legal regime of rights and so forth. So not to go too far afield, we all have, you're sitting in a table, this round table, and part of this discussion is we all have different life experiences and different perspectives, and we have a common core set of knowledge and expertise, and we use that to help our client, our customers, to achieve their objectives. Some of us speak other languages. Ella, for example, speaks Haitian Creole and French. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and a couple of other languages. And so for those who don't,
that's the way to be humble. That's his humble side.
And so, and then there's the fact that one person can't be in every place at the same time. But when you have a team of realtors working on your behalf, you multiply that advantage. We're a force multiplier. And so you will learn and discover more about who we are. I think I've said enough about me. Who would like to go next?
My name is Ella Marie Jean-Baptiste. I speak, je parle français et aussi je parle Creole for the people who don't know. Let me say a little bit about me. I came here, I'm Haitian, very proud of it. I came here about 20 years ago, and then when I came here, I always have a business background. And I like business mind person. I don't see me sitting behind a desk to help to just pick up the phone and call people. I'm always in the front line. So that's the reason that I choose businesses. So I have 2 bachelor degrees in business administration and a master in health administration. So I love what I do. I really do love. And then I decided I was in the health administration, and I hated sitting behind the desk. Oh my God, I hated it with a passion. So I feel like that I can be more helpful being in front of a customers. So I changed my career, decided to become a real estate agent, and then I'm not lying to you, I love every single one of a piece of it. Because the reason why I love every single piece of it is because it allows me to have a different challenge every day. Because not every closing gonna be the same closing. We never have the same similar closing. All of our closing are different because you're meeting different people, and people have different need, and people have different situation that presented. You may meet a buyer who they are the first person who own a house in the whole entire family. For them to break that curse, to have their own key and making their own mortgage payment, that can be the tears in their eyes. And then you have to be emotional with them. Or you can meet another buyer that is their 5th home that doesn't mean anything to them. They're just going from home. And then again, exactly the same thing. They are happy to be buying from, they used to be in a $200,000 home, and now they're in a $300,000. To them, that's an upgrade. So all of those are different. So that's the reason I decided to become real estate agent. And then I want to be more involved on it, to know exactly more about the business, to know what can I do to help you, to advance in the real estate investment, or what can I do to help you to get you from the cursing of renting, getting your landlord rich every single day while you're working 3 jobs, and then your landlord is on the beach, taking the sunshine while you're working, because you have to get them paid. So all of those reasons, that's the reason I decided to become a real estate agent, not only for me, but also to help people like you who are listening to us, to help people who have no idea what's going on in the real estate world, to help people who doesn't know exactly what is the first step for them to become a homeowner, to help people who already have their house, but they want to sell it, but they don't know what to do to sell it. So all that, we are professional. We will be able to help you in every single step of the way. If you don't get, the reason why we're a team, if you cannot get me, you're going to get David. If you cannot get David, you're going to get Joanne. If you cannot Joanne, you're going to get Canard. And then the great thing I like about the Canard, which is residential movement real estate group, the reason why I choose that team to be in is because Canard is very passionate for what he does. Is always, what can I say? I don't want to say like a helicopter parent, but it's like an helicopter parent, if you want to put it like that. Like you want to know every step of the way. So because not only is going to help me to be better in what I'm doing, but also is really dedicated to make the customer 120% happy.
Maybe vigilant might be the word.
Vigilant is the word. Yeah, thank you. You know, English is not my first language, so I'm trying to get the word out. So it is the type the person is the type the person who want to make sure that you as a customer are happy, and me as a real estate agent do a better job, and then help me to become more accessible or maybe helpful to the customer. So I don't know if Canard want to add to that. What do you want to add to it?
Well, Ella, you've actually captured me so well. And one of the things that I do want the listeners to really fully understand, there is no one set model of a homeowner or a home buyer.
Exactly.
Everyone is different. Every situation is different. Every transaction that we enter into is different. And that's why Ella is saying that everything is different and she has to help people in different ways.
Exactly.
So we have to always be chameleons in changing from one situation to another situation. And just because you may be thinking that my situation is so different, I could never be a homeowner, that's absolutely not true. Your situation is ideal to be a homeowner. All you have to do is step up, raise your hand, touch the people that's going to help you along the way to become a homeowner. You may have a different challenge than somebody else, but you need the professionals that's in this room to help you. Now, as far as me being vigilant
and diligent,
that really does describe me, so I can't run away from it. But everything I do for the agents, I like to say I'm tough, but I'm fair. And
yeah, he is. But he's a great father. I will say that in the real estate world, I would say Canard is is a father figure for us as a realtor, because he makes sure that we are in check. He makes sure that we treat our customer the right way. He makes sure, because customer service for him is number one priority.
Yeah. And also the legality of real estate. We want to make sure that we're always following the law and make sure that we're always in line for what we do, because there are just so many mishaps that we can make. And just by not knowing and not catching it, it may not cost us, but it may cost you, the buyer, down the road. So
exactly.
That's really important to have someone keep an eye on that.
Exactly.
Very true.
Before I let Joanne talk, I had a customer of mine. I was asking to see if she want to be here. When Canard mentioned everybody is different, guys, listen, that customer, she had a 483 beacon score, and then would that mean that she cannot buy nothing? She had a student loan all the way to almost $70,000 student loan. She had a car payment of $500 a month. So I'm giving you all of those examples is because all of those things is because to show you that she had everything against her to buy a house. Her debt to income ratio was too high. Her score was low. So, and then we sat down with her, and then we give her what we call that a prescription in the real estate business. So what is a prescription? We sit down with her, and we write down with her what exactly she needs to do to get to the level for her to buy a home. And I explained to her, you're not going to be able to buy a home today, but you're going to buy it one day, as long as you follow the prescription we give you. And then she followed the prescription to her teeth. In less than 9 months, she bought a home.
That's awesome.
When I put that key in her hand, she cried her last tears. Because she wasn't, and then guess what? She was the first person in her whole entire family generation to purchase a home. So those are the testimony we hear from people that make us so proud of what we do. And then we want to continue helping people.
She coming on the show to talk about it?
Yes. I invited her. She will be here sometime to see if she can say that. And then she's very emotional. Keep listening, guys. We're going to have those people in the show who's going to help you guys see that how bad they were, and then now they are homeowners.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing is anybody can be a homeowner if you have the desire. If it's important to you, you can make it happen, and we can help you make it happen. All you've got to do is to set that goal that that's what you want to do, and there'll be a way to do it. Now, what's really important is not to be afraid of us. You know, the funny thing is, we as realtors, particularly on the buying side, you don't pay for us. You know, our commissions are paid by the seller, but you need us because we know the resources, we know the programs, we know the down payment assistance programs, we know the requirements, we have the right partners. We can say, hey, try this lender versus that lender because of what your particular needs are, because Canard is right. Every situation is unique. Every situation is different. And you want to be able to sit down and strategize and make sure that we understand what your goals are, and then we can select help you select the right partners, because ultimately the decision is yours, help you select the right partners that you can work with, and we can work with you to get to the closing table. And there are so many other stories. I mean, there was a young man who closed a house. He was making $11 an hour, right? Mm-hmm. That's not a lot of money. His credit was decent. He was diligent. He had a little bit of money saved, like, under $2,000, like $1,500 saved. He had a tiny bit of money in a 401k. But guess what? He was able to buy a house with some down payment assistance of $125,000 home, which was a great starter home, right? It was off, by the beach area, and he did good. And then from there, he's going to be going into his next home, because that's the beginning. And that's the whole thing. When you come to us, you have to start somewhere. And we're going to get you the best somewhere there is. And then from that somewhere, you can leverage that in a bit to somewhere even better, and somewhere even better based on your needs and your family's needs. So the key is just get started. Maybe the first home might be a duplex. Maybe it's a townhouse. Maybe it's a small, a three-family house. A three-bedroom house. But whatever it is, you can leverage it. And the beauty of real estate is leverage. You can take that and leverage it into something that's better, something that can make you equity and money and help your family goals over the long term. And we each have so many stories that we can share to encourage you. The goal is to encourage you and to give you hope, and also get you excited that if you are already pretty solid with your real estate, you've got a home, but you may be in a neighborhood that's capped out from an equity perspective, strategize with us how to leverage that equity into something that can make you grow and let your wealth grow. You may be out there thinking, I don't know how to invest. Everybody's doing it. I want to do it too, but you may be uncertain how to go about doing it, how to do it effectively without being scared that you're going to not do it well and lose your money. Let us help you every step of the way.
I want to talk a little bit about the last group that Joanne just mentioned. Now, many of our listeners are just starting out, and that's a reflection of our society as a whole. The ownership is not that great throughout the country, and we need to change that. We're striving to promote and to encourage home ownership and increase the number of first-time home buyers. But also there's some listeners out there who are not first-time home buyers. Mm-hmm. There are some listeners who have been through the process, who are sophisticated. And there are some listeners who are probably professionals in other areas, not necessarily real estate. And so those people frequently have very little time to spend in the process of making a real estate transaction. And so if you value your time, you let a professional who's doing real estate transactions in and out on a day-to-day basis handle the matter. This is how professionals really leverage their time and dedicate their time to what their concentration is, what makes them the most money, and so where they can do the most good, and by letting others do those things, whether it be the plumber, even though you may have the skills to be able to fix certain things, but you don't have the time to do it. And
let me
interrupt.
Yes. For example, what David is saying about that you let a professional do it for us, for you. We deal with everybody. I remember that I was dealing with one of my great customer. He is a doctor. He didn't have time to keep going up and down for everything. He hired me. Guess what? I handled the situation for him from the beginning until the end. The only thing he has to do is just literally, we send somebody to his office to sign the paper. He didn't have to go to the title company. We send someone for him to sign the paper because his time was very valuable. Mm-hmm. So when you hire a real estate agent, you need to hire a real estate agent who doesn't do just because of a pastime. You hire somebody who knows what they are doing. Mm-hmm. That individual just let me handle the whole situation. When I say handle the whole situation, from the inspection, mm-hmm. and then I was there for the inspection. I sent the paperwork to the seller for the seller to fix everything. And then I was there when I tell you everything, the only thing he has to do is just show up. When I say, hey, we have an inspection, that day, he just show up. And then, I said, we have this and this today, just show up, because his time was valuable. That's the reason you hire somebody who are professional, who knows what they are doing, so they can help you from the beginning of the process until the end, because that's our job. Is that we become like an assistant.
Let me give you an example from my personal experience. So my first home was actually a gift. I was privileged enough to own the first house. It was actually an income-producing property that was a gift from my parents. However, when it came time for me to buy my what then was second home, I was actually practicing law down in South Florida, and I didn't have the time to do it, even though I had the skills to be able to work that transaction myself. I hired a realtor there in St. Lucie County who worked the transaction entirely for me. I had the skills. I just did not have the time to be able to dedicate it and do it. The practice of law was too involved.
And the real estate transaction. That is our goal. That is our job as a real estate agent to start the process from the start to the end for you. And then we work with you after the closing. We don't just drop you off after closing. When I say we work with you after closing, because after closing, the job is not done, because we have to educate you about your homestead exemption, if that's your primary home. We have to educate you about what to do to maintenance the home. We have to educate you in all of those things. I have customers that I close with years. They're still calling me, telling me that something is not working. What do I need to do? Yes, they're still my customer. Those are the people who refer people to me. So it is our job in order for us to make, that's our job. I want to say that. It is just not a passion, but it's my passion. I can say, I have to say that real estate is my passion. It's just like a job for me. It's a passion for me to help people. But we're going to let Joanne talk. And then when we come back, after Joanne, we're going to tell you the step you need to take in order for you to own your home if you are a first-time home buyer.
Well, I'm just so excited for us all to be talking to you. And if you get anything from this, it's just knowing that if you own one, you can own two. If you own none, you can own one. Just get on the road. And this is a team who can help you get there. Now, the important thing is to understand what is this whole process. For those of you who are brand new in being in a real estate market, you've been renting for a long time. What is the process? How do you move from point A to where you get that wonderful key and everybody's taking pictures and smiling at the closing table? How do you get from point A to point B? I'm going to describe some steps, and then I'm going to let Canard and every one of us kind of filter it in. But for me, what I tell people is you've been renting for a while and you have a dream. It starts with starting to save some money, starting to protect your credit, and starting to put yourself on a budget. I mean, that's like from a financial perspective, you've got to start getting your financial act in order. So if you're a big spender, think twice before you pull out that credit card. If you have no savings, set a savings goal that you start working on. If your income is not where you want it to be, just start thinking how you can optimize your income opportunities as much as possible. So a budget, savings, and protecting your credit become really key. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. If your credit needs help, my goodness, we can get you in touch with the resources.
Guess what? You're not the first and you're not going to be the last.
Right. I mean, it's a common thing that maybe you may be close, you may be really far, you may have no credit. But so what? If you set the goal to get to where you want to be, then get there. But it starts with being very disciplined in your financial life. You have to start getting your financial papers together and everything else that a lender is going to need. But it starts with a starting point. And for the most time, you need to know where you're at. You need to know, where's my credit today and where does my credit need to go in order to get money to close if you're a first-time home buyer, or in order to qualify for the types of loans that you may want to get, because each loan has a credit score requirement for being able to either get that loan or to get money towards your closing costs and down payment assistance. So protect your credit or work on your credit, start saving some money, watch how you spend money, and set your goals. And those are some of the first steps. What do you think, Canard?
Well, I think all of those things are very, very important. And there's something that I keep hearing, and I'm not sure everyone is real clear on maybe what you're meaning. When you're talking about down payment assistance. Down payment assistance, and here's a plug. One, you're going to have to stay tuned for maybe another week when they bring a lender
Yeah.
on to really delve into what down payment assistance is.
Yeah.
But on a broad overview, down payment assistance really is beneficial to first-time home buyers. That's a requirement. And here's something, too. For first-time home buyers, what that means is a first-time home buyer is anyone that has not owned a home in the past 3 years.
Or doesn't have it titled under
Does
their
not
name.
have any real estate under
Their name.
titled in their name in the past 3 years. So that, in essence, is beneficial to there's some people out here that have gone through the downturn of the real estate market, and they're saying, well, I owned a home 10 years ago. It happened to go into foreclosure or short sale or whatever
Or
that
sell
is.
it.
Yeah.
And now I don't really qualify for this first-time homebuyer program. That's simply not true. If you have not owned real estate in the past 3 years, you qualify as a first-time homebuyer. And there are various programs out there. There's not just one, but various lenders, and there are various different programs from state and federal programs that can assist first-time homebuyers. So that's something that's very important to understand about first-time homebuyers. And I will say that, Ella, that's the sign of a true professional. When you're going that way of having them do practically nothing in the transaction but showing up and sign where you want them to sign, maybe
That's
going by,
amazing.
see the house and say, I like it, and they're off and
Yeah.
running. But that's the sign of a true professional, and that's my goal for each and every agent that's in the brokerage, is to be a true professional. So congratulations to you, Miss Ella.
Thank you very much. That's what I said. This is my passion. This is my goal, to help people. And when I tell them I take over, because the thing of the matter is, when you're buying a home, especially when you don't know what you're doing, you hire somebody who know what they are doing, and that person need to know. Not everybody is just because somebody have a license in real estate doesn't mean they are professional. You may have your cousin just come out to be a real estate agent, and then that person just. So do you want that person to handle? Because this is the biggest investment you're going to make. So you need to be able to know that I need somebody who know the in and out that can help me make the right decision. So we're going to go back to say how you can get ready for your home. But in the meantime, you can give us a call, guys, if you want to talk to us. We'd be more than happy to answer any additional question you may have. Our phone number is 904-385-9169. 904-385-9169. This is our phone number. If you want to ask question, we'd be more than happy to answer this question for you as we go to the show. And that'll be our goal to help you. I think David has something to say. When David come back, we're going to go back and explain to you step by step how to be ready for your first home, or, if you're a first-time home buyer.
Well, I was wondering along the lines of what Canard was just saying and what you just said there, Ella, in terms of the agent and their experience and their knowledge and expertise. If before we get into the selling process, if we could talk a little bit about the training and what residential movement real estate group has to offer for agents in terms of their training and development.
Absolutely. Training and development is very critical to us because, first of all, we believe that one thing, in real estate, it's not a stagnant business. It's always changing. So you always, always, always have to be in a continual learning
Education.
mode. And with your education, the state requires us to have 14 continuing educational hours every 2 years. That's not enough. You need to probably have that every year. But if you're going to just do a state requirement, that's the requirement. But it's always something changing. The contracts change every 18 months or so, 12 to 18 months, which means that's something you have to stay on top of. So training is something that's critical to us. We offer in-house training as well as we scour the market to see what are effective trainings that we're going to suggest that the agents take. We have a monthly training calendar that we put out every month for the agents to take a look at and then sign up for the various trainings. So
Okay.
And then Joanne is instrumental in us with our training and our training calendar. If she wants to say any words about the training calendar.
Absolutely. As Canard mentioned, the more effective we can make our agents, the more effective they can be for you when you're having a transaction with them. So we absolutely make sure that our agents can market. If you're a seller and you want us to sell your property, our agents know all of the latest techniques on how to get your property represented well on social media, grassroots, all of the techniques to get your home sold fast and at the best price possible. If you're a buyer in the market, then you're working with people who are very experienced, who really know their craft. They know what to do. They're able to handle all of the things that pop up, because not every transaction is going to be smooth. Things pop up, and you need somebody who is tough and who know how to represent you and your interests to get you to that closing table. Sometimes it's smooth, sometimes it's rocky, but we get you there.
Yeah, regardless of how the boat is, guess what? We are on the boat with you.
Exactly.
We're not on the side letting you walk on the boat.
Exactly.
We are on the boat with you. Whatever movement the boat is doing, we are there. We have customers we're expecting to close in a day, and then we receive a letter from the lender say, oops, there is a hiccup. We cannot close. Guess what? We are in the back talking to the lender, say, hey, this is what's going on with my customers. They already give we are there pushing. Let me tell you, I tell to all of my customers, when you get when you get the heat from the lender or anybody, when you get that heat, guess what? We are in the fire. We're just getting the heat. We are inside the fire. Because whatever heat you're getting, guess what? We're burning. Because we get the information first. So I do have something I want to leave with you guys before you get to the process of buying your home. The first thing you do is hire a good real estate agent. That's the number one thing you do. Before you get involved of even thinking about, you wake up in the morning, say, oops, I want to buy a house. The first thing you do, you interview real estate agent. You not just pick up the yellow page and say, dash, let me take that person, or call a 1-800 number and then decided to get that person, or call a company, a very well-known company, say I'm going to hire that person to be my real estate agent, because that person may not know what you're looking for, may not want to spend time with you to know what you want. So the same way you go interview before you find a good job you want to be in, that's the same thing I would say. Interview real estate agent and find the one who know the need, who share your need, your passion, what you're looking for, who's going to have your back 100%. That's the first step you do, guys. Don't just hire somebody just because the person is your cousin, or just because the person you know him, or your friend refer you. You need, because your friend may have an experience with a real estate agent and then you don't have the same experience. So you need to interview and get the best real estate agent. And then we are there to sit down with you to explain to you what to do. That's the number one. After you hire the real estate agent, you feel like this is the good real estate agent you want to continue working with, that person will sit down with you, interview you, and ask you, tell me a little bit about your credit. So that's the time you're going to tell the person, okay, this is my credit. When you sit down and tell, because we got free way for you to check your credit. You can go to Credit Karma. You can go to Experian.com to check to see where your credit is at. So with that, we can sit down before they even pull your credit. We can tell you, okay, this is what you need to pay off. This is what you need to do. Are you ready to buy? And then we do what we call like a preliminary information with you to know where your debt to income ratio is, how much your credit card balance is. We sit down with you, even though we're not financial people, but because of our experience, we know what a lender gonna ask for. So we prepare you before we even send you to the lender.
Right.
So by sitting down with you, tell you this is what you need to do, what you need to do, what you need to do, because we don't want to go ahead and pull your credit and find out you cannot buy. We talk to you to see where you at and where you're going. So after we figure out everything is where the lender want it to be, we now talk to you about your finance, where your finances. Do you have a 401k you're going to put as a down payment? Do you have somebody who's going to give you the down payment? Do you have saving? How much money you going to need for you to even start with the process if you're buying a $200,000 home? We sit down with you so you're not shocked when the lender tells you this is what you need. So you already prepare for that situation. We look at the finance to see what's going on in your finance, and then we go from there. Again, I tell you about checking your credit to know where your credit is at for you to even be qualified for the first-time home buyer, or if you're going to qualify for VA, if you're a veteran or in the military, or if you're going to qualify for USDA. All of those things, we know it before we even get you to a lender for the lender to sit down to see what's going on. The other thing now we do, when we look at your finance, we put you in a finance diet. I call it financial diet. So we tell you, okay, now you're going to stop eating out every single day, burn your lunch, so that money you can save for your closing, or maybe this is what you need to do, so in order for you to get ready where you need to be at your home. The next thing, we look to see what's going to be the best way. Okay. What's going to be the best way for you now to get assistance from the government? First-time home buyer assistance, closing costs. Are we going to ask the seller to help you with the closing costs? Because I love doing that. I love asking seller to help you paying for your closing costs. Those are our job, to educate you from the beginning of the process until the end of the process. The next thing now, when we look at everything is in the go, we give you a few lender for you to call. The same way you interview us to get us, we're going to ask you to interview the lender to know which one going to work with you.
Right.
So we can send you to a few, and then you're going to interview them before, because we already know how your credit stand, where you stand. When you interview the lender, they're going to ask you to check your credit. You're going to say, no, you don't need to check my credit. I know where I stand. But I need to know that if you are the right person for me. You're in a dating time with the lender. So you know this is the person that I want to get my finance where I need it to be. So when you get the lender you like, guess what? You pull your credit, they get all of the information, they give you the pre-approval. That's what we like. The moment we got the pre-approval in our email, we make that.
We can get busy.
Hey, we
are busy.
We can go shopping now. And then guess what? When you have us as your realtor, we don't just send you to get, there's a difference between pre-approval and pre-qualification. So we make sure that all of the dot is on the wall with the lender. So we don't wait until we find a house, put an offer, and then for the lender to call us, say, oops, the debt to income ratio is too high. Oops, that person cannot buy right now. We don't do that. When you have that lender, you tell us this is the lender you choose. We are in a communication with that lender to make sure that lender knows what they are doing. So we can make sure that we don't get you to the table and then find out you're not closing because something happened. No, we work together with that person you chose so we can make sure that you are at the closing table. So when you get the pre-approval letter, we look at to see the pre-approval letter. We sit down again with you to know exactly where do you want to stay. How many bedroom you looking for? Now, it's like you're doing window shopping, like you visualize now what you want to your house. You want 2-bedroom, 2-car garage. You want to stay in X community. You want to be this. You want to be that. This is what you're looking for. That's the fun time for us as a real estate agent, showing you property. Let you visualize where you want to stay at. So when you find a house you are in love with, you cannot live without, we put an offer in for you. That's where our job starts, because we are in a negotiating period. So we're going back and forth with the seller, telling the seller agent, no, my customer want this, my customer want that. This is what we want. And finally, when everybody agreed, we are under contract, right? That's a good thing. When we are under contract now, we are now scheduling inspection. We are scheduling this. We are scheduling that to make sure that I always tell my customer, you have to have an inspection, because just because you see the house look good doesn't mean it's good. Because they may paint it and then inside the house they're full of problem. So we get an inspection. Let's say that the inspection come out to be not where you want it to be. We got too many repair that need to be done. We sit down with you and say, hey, do you want to send a repair request or you want to walk away? So we let you make that decision. So when you say to us, you know what, I want to send a repair request, I'm going to ask the seller to repair them. We sit down with you, say, this is what need to be repaired. This is what that's the reason you have us. So that's when we now, I don't want to say start fighting. We start going back and forth with the seller to say, hey, that,
you in a very heavy way.
Exactly. So we start telling the lender this is what needs to be done. Not the lender, I'm sorry, the seller agent. Oh, this is what we want. This is what we want. This is what we want. The roof need to be repaired, or the roof need to be replaced. The bathroom need to be this. The plumbing need to be that. So when they agree to fix everything, so that's when everything, now our job doesn't start, because as a real estate agent, if anybody want to interrupt and when something, please do, because I feel like I'm talking for everybody. So
it's
when
good process.
exactly, I'm giving you the process one by one. Again, all that is to hire a good real estate agent, a good realtor who knows the process, who know how to fight on your behalf. I don't want to call it fight. I would say negotiate, but the good word is to fight.
You want to advocate on
advocate on your
you,
behalf.
right.
Yeah, advocate
you've
for
got a
you.
partner
So
who's
you
with
got
you
a
every
partner
step of the way.
who's gonna switch hat in a heartbeat for you to get the best deal that you can get. And then when everything is great, where we want to be now, so the seller, now we are talking with the lender. We need to have a clear to close. Everything is up to date. We need to have the appraisal order. We need to have this done.
And then the title company.
Oh my
and
God, the
lawyers
title company
and,
involved. We need to make sure there is no lien in that house. So there is no this in the house. We are involved in the whole entire process to make sure that you're getting the benefit, the deal that you want. Especially with title company, I always require for the title to do that, a title search, a lien search. Because there is no way I'm going to let my customer buy a house and find out there was a lien in the house. We ask for a lien search.
A municipal search. Exactly.
Yes, all of those search. When you get inside your house, you have a peace of mind. So this is your home. You're not paying somebody else's mortgage, or you're not paying a lien inside of the house. So as a real estate agent, when you hire us, we are so much in the path. So there is no way you can go wrong. Because guess what? Our name is on the line, because we respect our name. Our license is on the line. So we want to make sure that you refer your cousin, your friend, your grandma, your sister to us, because we show to you that we are working. And the best thing is, when you are the buyer, we are working for you for free, because you don't pay us. The seller pay us. So all that, it's for your benefit. So after we do all that, make sure that we put offer in, we do all of the nice thing, the one that make us happy, the joy. I don't know. If you're on my Facebook page, you're going to see it. Please, like my Facebook page, like our Teamwork Facebook page. When you see me coming with a big smile in my face, when I say that, when the lender come to me and say, clear to close. Oh my God, I started dancing. Oh my God, those three words. I love those three words. Clear to close. When I see that clear to close, that means that we are ready to close. We're going to close in 3 days. We're going to close in 4 days. When I see that letter saying clear to close, that's when we start, I start calling you and asking you now, what do you want for gift? Because I like to give them a little gift, to make sure that they remember me by. So all that is something that I love for my customer. And then when the clear to close come, and then it's time for us now to tell you, hey, your closing is Friday at 10 a.m. Meet me in that place. So your closing, that's the time that I cannot wait to put that key in your hand. I cannot wait for you to start the dancing. We call it the Holy Ghost dance. I don't know if anybody know what the Holy Ghost dance is. So that's the time we start.
It's a joyful dance.
Oh my
How
God,
about that?
that's the joyful dance.
Yeah.
I start dancing with you, because this is our passion.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody want to add.
It's a happy moment.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
as you listen to Ella talk through all those steps, you realize that it's not just looking at a house and saying, oh, this house looks good. Let me go buy it and let me talk to this person about buying their house. There's so much more to the process to protect you legally, to make sure that this largest financial investment you'll make, probably most of us will make in our lives, that you're protected, that you really own it at the end of the road. And it's not, I heard a story recently that somebody was saying about the land that somebody bought, and they thought they had a great deal. And then it turned out it had $300,000 lien on it.
Yeah.
And it's like those things can happen, but that's our role, to protect you every step of the way. But from a seller perspective, I don't want to leave you guys out, because we can provide amazing, valuable help.
Yeah.
They are offering free home valuations. So if you have a home and you don't know what it's worth, call us. Ella?
That's the reason, let me tell you. Our phone number is 904-385-9169. For my sellers, we don't have a lot of time for my sellers listening. If you're a seller, when you call us for a listing interview, I tell my seller, interview somebody you want to put your house on the market. Because not real estate know what they're doing. So when you call us to put your house on the market, we sit down with you. We do what we call that evaluation. We go on the house. We give you how much your house will worth if you put it that way. Usually I tell my sellers, say, hey, if you fix this and this and this, your house will worth X amount money. But if you want to sell it as is, you want investor to come and give you.
As soon as you use that word as is, people just
is
it
investment.
It devalues it, yeah.
So they devalue your house. Mm-hmm. So we sit down with you because we are professional. We sit down with you by telling you that if you change the wall from purple to white, that give more appearance. Or if you put your living room that way instead of this way for us to take the picture, it look more apparent.
Right.
So as a real estate agent, we have the eyes for that. We have the eyes for people to see what's going on in your house in order for your house to be as, I would say that presentable. Is that you're going out the first...
You want to make your house as attractive
the
as
first
possible
impression,
and
that's what stays.
So like decluttering it, the landscaping.
Yeah.
Doing the things that can let people see it, not as your home necessarily, but as a home that they can picture themselves in.
Yeah.
Becomes key. So we want to make some offers for you guys out there. If you don't know what your house is worth, if you don't know your net worth, call us.
Call us 904-385-9169. Call us. We'll give you a free
home valuation.
Right. Free to you. And then we sit down with you. We don't have to put it in the market for you. We sit down with you to tell you exactly how much your house worth before you go ahead and put it in the market.
Exactly, because it's a very, very, very important thing to know. How much money can you leverage or what your equity is in the home, and we can help you with that. So please call us, like Ella said. It's a very important thing to know. For our buyers, we'd love for you to call us so we can see what you qualify for, from a down payment or from, there's so many different types of loans and grants out there. You know, the Home for Heroes, there's tons and tons and tons of programs. We can make sure that we find the money for you to get you into the home, because we know where all the money is, with our lenders, with our partners, and with the programs. So call us. Don't be shy. Call us at, Ella?
904-385-9169. I want to say something very quick before you are done. I had, David and I, we had a buyer who was looking for houses. She found the neighborhood she loved. That's the neighborhood she want. She want to be in that neighborhood, love that neighborhood, and then she find a house she like. Guess what? The moment we open the door, we come out in 30 seconds. That was 30 seconds. We didn't even spend 30 seconds in that house. Remember, David?
I don't know which one you're referring to. So many, we've had very busy week. We've been very, very busy.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what you're referring to.
We opened the door. My customer opened the door with us. We open. We stayed there. We literally stay in front of the house. We didn't even go inside the other room. In front of the, and then we come out. First of all, the house wasn't smelling good. The house
didn't show well. I mean, in real estate, there are tons
and
of
that's
houses
what will help you guys
show
get
well.
your house
I just don't want it to be yours. Don't let
exactly.
Your house be
We don't want it to be yours. We really don't want it to be yours. It was squatted. The picture was dark. So that house has been in the market for 285 days, and then people are wondering why.
But it has potential.
But the house got a lot of potential.
Right.
But because of the way the house was presented, we didn't have any way to make the house, to sell it. The buyer didn't buy it.
It goes back to knowing what you're doing.
Exactly,
so
knowing what you're doing.
And then getting the advice of how to, if you want to sell your house, you're going to get the right advice of the things to do to maximize the interest in your home to sell it in a time frame that you want.
Exactly.
And you've got a team to do that.
So, guys, it was such a pleasure to speak with you. I'm going to let everybody say their name again and provide their phone numbers if you want to talk to them. And I would like for Canard to give his number as well, where you can reach him if you want to become one of the best realtor in Jacksonville.
Absolutely. With the best
my
plans.
name is Ella Marie Jean-Baptiste. Again, like I said, I speak French, Haitian, Creole, and English. You can reach us at 904-385-9169. And this is our teamwork. Let me let Canard go ahead.
Okay, Canard Thomas, Residential Movement Real Estate Group. And you can reach me at 904-944-RMRE, which is 7673. That's 904-944-7673. Residential Movement Real Estate Group.
Awesome. My name is Joanne Beapot, and I am a part of Team ROC, and absolutely delighted to reach you. And you can reach me at 904-385-9169. Again, 904-385-9169. Just get on the road, guys. We're here waiting for you.
Okay, and I'm still David Ham with Team ROC. Our number is the same, 904-385-9169. Let that sink into your head. Write it down, 904-385-9169. Also, I want to remind you that we're on Facebook. We have our Team ROC FL Facebook. Please like us on Facebook as well as our YouTube channel. And this show is going to keep coming to you every Saturday morning.
From 10 to 11.
From 10 to 11.
And then also going to be recorded as well in our Facebook page as well as YouTube if you missed it Saturday.
Right. You can see the show on YouTube. Actually, listen to the show on YouTube. We're still radio here. But please continue to support us. And we appreciate all the love and support that you're giving to us.
Absolutely.
From all over, coming from so many different places. And so stay with us. Participate with us, watch us grow. We're going to be bringing you more information that you can use. We're going to have more lenders and more professionals in different aspects of real estate, including also investors and investment associations.
Title company.
Company.
Saturday, we're going to come to you next Saturday with Vincent Powell is with
Freedom Mortgage.
With
Freedom Mortgage. He's going to tell you a little bit about more the product he has to offer. So stay tuned for next Saturday for Vincent Powell to present to you guys what he has to offer.
Absolutely.
And then every week we're going to have a different lender or different guest that will be able to help you in your real estate need.
Yes.
Yeah.
For some, it's going to be a bit of a real estate journey. And, you know, to have that patience and that stick-to-itiveness in this process. You know, it sounded like a very involved process, and sometimes, yes, it really is. But that's why we're here to be the anchor for you in that process and help you get along. So as we continue to wind down, was there anything else, Ella?
The only thing I have to say, guys, give us a call, 904-385-9169 if you need additional question. If you got any additional question, we are here to answer you. We are here to help you with your way to get to your real estate needs. So there is nothing I will do more than helping you get to your satisfactory real estate needs. So,
and
guys,
I just say, just get started, guys. Just get started, and looking forward to next week.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
That was a
right.
pleasure. Goodbye. Have a good day.
All right. Way to go, everybody.
Everything discussed on air in this broadcast is for general information purposes only. For particular help with your real estate needs, contact our team of realtors for a complete individual consultation concerning your specific concerns. Furthermore, team members are realtors, not practicing lawyers or CPAs. Nothing discussed by anyone on the show shall be considered legal advice or tax advice.
Are you thinking about buying or selling a home in Florida? Whether you're considering your first home, relocating, downsizing, upsizing, moving out, moving on, or planning to acquire an income-producing property as an investment, Team ROC of Residential Movement Group is your real ownership connection. They are Florida Realtors, Joanne Beapot, David Ham, and Ellen Marie Jean-Baptiste. For rock-solid professionalism and expertise in all aspects of real estate transactions, lean on Team ROC to help you accomplish all of your real estate goals. Contact Team ROC at 904-385-9169, offering you service in English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, and Haitian Creole at 904-385-9169. Also listen to Team ROC here on the ROC Real Estate Radio Show every Saturday morning from 10 to 11 a.m.